Thank you for coming this morning. I know that there's a lot going on in life, and you could be doing something different. But I just want to let you know that we've been praying for this day for multiple years. About 2.5 years ago, I was sharing with some of the board members that God gave me a vision that we were to have places that we could respond to disasters even quicker, instead of pulling equipment from Tupelo, Mississippi, from California to New York. So the plan originally was, we're going to go to the Midwest, and why recreate the wheel? We have some friends, people we know. I mean, Brother Perry, I'll never forget you and I meeting for the first time, Brother Perry Furling. Through Tom Brennan and others here that had fallen in love with 8 Days of Hope. And you were always about finding a way to say yes, to do whatever you can to equip the saints to go love and serve the brokenhearted. So the plan was to come to Cedar Rapids first, right? That was my plan, our plan. But God reminds us from time to time that we're not in control. And so a donor was in Houston, Texas, more about that in a minute, came down to Houston and fell in love with what God was doing through 8 Days of Hope. He said, hey, would you like a Northeast satellite in Buffalo, New York, my hometown? The Holy Spirit was moving. And a donor gave us a 100,000 square foot building in Buffalo that we operate for our Northeast satellite as we speak. More on that in a couple of minutes. But God's timing is never imperfect. And he knew when 8 Days of Hope started in 2005, because that's when we started after Katrina, that today you and I would be sitting here. So thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Why Cedar Rapids? Well, we were looking for a Midwestern town that is kind of centrally located. So if you look at this map, we have our national headquarters in Tupelo. And that headquarters in Tupelo, we have equipment, about $3.5 million worth of equipment, by the way, all paid for. God is good. That equipment and leaders, they will kind of cover this area out of Tupelo. And then God bless us with a 100,000 square foot building, and there's that pin, there's Buffalo. That's where I'm living now, and yes, I go back and forth sometimes. But equipment for Buffalo will serve this area. And yet, even though we've done 28 disasters, only 2 have been in this white area. That's where you come in. Cedar Rapids is the perfect spot. 2019, the Great Flood, right? When we were here in 2008, 31 feet of water on that river. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a lot of water. Well, our goal is to bring equipment, people and leaders here to Cedar Rapids, grow that volunteer base. For 15 years, we've only been here twice, but our goal is to do at least 5 disasters in this area in 2020. So in order to do that, we reached out to our donors, and we said, can you please help us go to Cedar Rapids? We said we need to buy some equipment. So I want to show you some of the equipment that we're bringing. So we've got 2 F-350 dualies. We have a rapid response trailer. It has all the tools you need to go anywhere on a moment's notice to help with a rapid response trip. These 2 trailers to the left, they're full of commercial dehumidifiers and fans. So when you got a house that floods in Cedar Rapids or Des Moines or wherever, you very quickly bring these units in to dry them out so mold doesn't set in. See that unit right here? This is a 10-stall unit that has individual showers. So our volunteers can get showers. In fact, the community, if their bathroom got messed up, they don't want to leave their property for whatever reason, that shower stall, that's an $85,000 piece of equipment. We have 4 of those. We're bringing one to Cedar Rapids. We have generators, rakes, shovels, brooms, extension ladders, wheelbarrows, and the list goes on and on and on. Is God not good? So this stuff is ready to come here tomorrow. We're ready. We believe we've identified a leader that's going to come here and will be leading the operation here. We can drive this equipment up over the next couple of weeks, and we could start ministering to the Midwest that quickly. But we have a baby challenge ahead of us. Okay? So here's our need or ask. So it starts very simply. We need a warehouse. In the perfect world, we would love somewhere between 20 and 30,000 square feet. So we're hoping for free or a reduced discounted rate. And again, at that point, I would probably reach out to our friends of the ministry and saying, hey, here's what it's going to cost to go to Cedar Rapids per month. Would you consider underwriting 6 months or a year or 2 years? So I don't know what God has in store for Cedar Rapids, but that's our first ask.